guys, welcome to the Fake Magazine. I'm Sofia Sparta, and today with me I have here Olympian entrepreneur and influencer Priscilla Fredrick-Loomis. Hi Priscilla.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for having me, Sofia.
Oh, thank you for coming. I just want to jump right into it. You have had an incredible career, international and domestic career. And I just want to say that I think it's all a testament to your, self-discipline and work ethic that has been shining bright throughout. How has your journey as an athlete been without being sponsored by any major companies?
Honestly, it's the way my journey has been. And I've always been the underdog. I've always been the person that people have counted out. And from a very young age, I started running track when I was 6 years old and never thought about the Olympics. And then I went to high school, and that was the first time that my guidance counselor my senior year was just like, "You're not good enough." And for me, it was such a big a splash of water in my face, because for me, I never had anybody count me out except for myself. I would always be like, I'm not really that good. But for somebody else to say it to me was very, very surprising. And so that was the moment where I realized that not everyone is going to support you, and there are going to be critics along the way. And so from that moment on, I was just very much always the underdog. And so I knew that I had to push, I knew that I had to fight, and I had to have a lot of passion and endurance in myself in order to keep going. And so I've been pro since 2014, and there were small deals, very, very small year deals, but now to be completely on my own doing this, I honestly love it because it's taught me so much. It's taught me so much resilience and so much of a work ethic. And I love that I'm making opportunities for myself and that I can be myself. I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to sign a contract and be like, you can't say this, you can't do this, change your hair, wear your makeup like this. This is me. And I love this journey. It's a little bit more difficult, but honestly, that's what makes me better. That's what makes me a better athlete and a better woman. And I think it speaks volumes to other athletes and to other entrepreneurs and to other people who are watching my journey.
Incredible. Yeah, it's such a testament to your character and, again, your work ethic. Since you spoke about, someone telling you that leaving you out, I know you coached at Princeton and also are active with youth of kids who want to be athletes. Is that why you went in, took that route at some point?
For me, it was just a part of the journey. You want to give back as much as possible. And when I live in New Jersey, which there aren't many indoor tracks that allow you to use it at use their facilities. And honestly, I loved coaching at the time. I loved interacting with kids and giving them a glimpse of my journey, because a lot of them are always like, oh, I want to go pro, or I want to do something, but they don't really know the journey that it takes. So they saw my failures, they saw what I went through, they saw my mental, and they saw my perseverance. And I loved being organic and genuine with them. And honestly, I love different experiences, because my college experience or my high school experience would be very different than others. So they get to see, the top tier athletes, but they don't get to see the people who have to work and grind to get everything. And so I loved working with Princeton. They were great kids. And then I became a high school coach, and became the head coach. And so for me, it kind of gave me the eye-opening experience that I never want to head coach again. You think it's like, oh yay, it's all on me, but yes, all on you. It's everything. And you don't get to coach as much because you're dealing with the administrative work, you're dealing with the behind the scenes. And so you don't get to coach as much, but I do realize that I love being in a leadership position. I do love it. The balancing act of being a head coach was very difficult with 80 athletes. So now I realize that I like leadership roles, but it has to be on the administrative side, dealing with the parents, ordering uniforms, talking with different companies. I love to coach. It just, I know that the kids deserve more time. And so that's why I kind of took a step back. And now I'm more making my own way in those leadership kind of positions.
It's so admirable to take that step back and understand what the children do need. Also, I just wanted to say, since as an athlete, what has been for you in your journey, the biggest hurdle you had to overcome, you would say yourself as an athlete?
I honestly, there's been a lot of hurdles and obstacles in my journey. And I think that also is a testament to who I am. My big, like, obviously just getting told that I wasn't able to do it in high school. But then you get to like when I became a pro and I pulled my hamstring at world championships. And something like that is kind of like a make or break. And a lot of athletes go through injury, but there's so many different ways that you can take it. And so for me, I had that moment to cry and get upset, but then it was more of, okay, now I have to buckle down, rehab, do what I need to do, focus on me, be selfish, and get through that next hurdle and make sure that I'm doing everything necessary to be the athlete that I know that I can be. So that was a really big hurdle. But then, like you said, not being signed is a really big hurdle to take on, because now everything's on me. So for me, I'm dealing with, equipment. I have to get my own equipment, my own gear, getting sponsorships, trying to put myself out there. I wear contacts, so just vision and all that kind of stuff, dental, all that. And so that balance of making it all work has been difficult. There's always sexism in the sport. So you have a lot of things that you have to hurdle, but everything that gets thrown to me, I feel that is my responsibility to find a way. It's kind of like that GPS. Like you have to, the destination is always the same, but when it reroutes, how are you going to reroute? And maybe a little bit more difficult. And a lot of people always try to find the easy way out. But I always want to make sure that I'm doing the work and building that foundation so that when I do reroute, I don't go down that same road again. And I won't find myself in that position. So as much as there's maybe like one big instance, I feel like throughout my journey, there's always something that's blocking me, or another hurdle I got to jump, or something else that I have to overcome.
I think that is such a great piece of advice to give. That is so, I will carry that with me. That's awesome. In the times of Me Too, Time's Up, and Black Lives Matter, has there been any sexism or racism that you have faced as an athlete, as an international athlete as well?
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, I'm an African American who's half Dominican and half Antiguan. So when people see me, they already have this prejudged notion. But then I come in with purple hair, makeup done at every single meet, coming in with a white husband. There's always some kind of misconception about me. And in the Caribbean islands, there is a bit of more male dominance and more of like a women should be seen and not heard kind of thing. And so for me, I think Caribbean female athletes are doing a phenomenal job of just representing themselves and being able to stand for whatever they stand for, and making a light for themselves and being this positive force that the youth can see. And so being in an interracial marriage that's something that we've seen a lot. When we go out, we get stares, we get looks, we get talked about, but there's so much negativity that you can take. And I just put a little bubble around myself, because other people's opinions are none of my business. And so what they say has nothing to do with me. And so I love being an African American. I love being a female. I love having purple hair. I love being from the Caribbean. And this is who I am. And for me, I love seeing the positivity that has been coming out with like the women's movement, the Me Too, the Black Lives Matter. I just feel like there's so much negativity within it, and I feel like it needs to really shift the focus in a sense, and have that, in a sense, Olympic mentality of just doing the right things, standing for positivity, and being the light that you want to see. And that's what I really hope that people see through me. And as much as I can get down on myself and be like, oh, I'm sure there are people who are racist, I'm sure there's always things to complain about, but I won't be that. I won't continue the complaining. I need to be the change that I want to see. And so with this journey comes a lot, like I said, a lot of obstacles, but I want to make sure that people, when they see me, they see strength, they see passion, they see pride, they see love, they see ambition all through me. And my dreams are bigger than most, and I know that, but I know that I won't ever get there complaining and absorbing all the negativity. And so that's pretty much like my view on the situation. There's always going to be there's always going to be something. There's always going to be negativity in every part of the world, you know? So for me, I love this journey, and I love that I'm being an example. And I try to promote things that are motivational rather than damaging. So if I can really motivate people, then that's what I need to do. I love my goals, and I want to be working for Pixar. I want to be, you know, a host of a late night show. And I think things like that are steps that people need to see. They need to see women of color, and they need to see women that don't fit their little, you know, that little mold. You know what I mean? So if they see somebody with purple hair on a late night show who's African American, Antiguan, and Dominican, they're going to be like, wow, this is great. Maybe I can do something different. Maybe I can get a niche. So that's where I'm pretty much at in that movement.
You are so positive, and it is really like a ray of sunshine, even through the camera on my computer right now. Incredible. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I really had a great time chatting with you today. It was lovely meeting you. Thank you so much.